Hi Bugs, it's Kara. So today we are going to be talking about The Best of Me. This movie came out Thursday night and I saw it with my mom. My mom read the book. I listened to part of the book on online on YouTube because I was working, and at my job I'm able to listen to music and stuff, and music kind of gets old after a while, so I decided to listen to this book. I listened to most of it. I didn't get through the last half of it, so sorry about that. This movie is another Nicholas Sparks adaptation from book to movie. And Nicholas Sparks is getting into producing movies now. He's actually trying to get attached to his projects. You know, the trailer gave away, again, Nicholas Sparks, best-selling author of The Notebook and Safe Haven and yada yada. I'm a die-hard Notebook fan. I love The Notebook. I think it's like the best romance movie of all time. And you know, that's before Nicholas Sparks got really big. After that, it's just like, oh my god, Nicholas Sparks. So personally, I feel like my love for his writing and his, you know, movies has withered down a little bit. I don't really find a deep fascination with all of his movies. Really just The Notebook is like the only one that I like. Other than that, all of them are just like copies of each other almost. I mean, I noticed so many similarities in like all of his movies. Like almost all of the posters are people almost kissing, like they're so close to kissing, like, oh, I love you. And it's like, okay. The movie is about, you know, a couple in high school, Dawson and Amanda. Dawson, it reminds me of Dawson's Creek. This whole movie, every time Amanda was saying Dawson or someone was saying Dawson, all I could think of was Dawson's Creek. And maybe that's just me, but it got a little bit too much, a little too cheesy. And Amanda, you know, they're typical high school first love people. Like it's, you know, high school is usually the time where you start to fall in love more, and your loves are more important than like middle school and grade school, because no one really cared about that. When I was watching this movie, I was really buying the younger romance versus the older couple, Michelle Monaghan and James Marsden. They kind of were a little bit, I feel like their chemistry would die down a little bit. Like I felt like they weren't as excited, and I think maybe that's just because they're older and they're not as excited and in love and crazy passionate. And I love that. I love young love. That's like love that is like cool, because I think it's more interesting. And this movie does appeal to not only younger people but also older people, like my mom's age, which are 50, to a wide range of audiences of all ages. So I think that was really, that's a good strategy to appeal to people that want to see this movie. And I give mad props to Nicholas Sparks for coming up with that idea secretly. I know you were doing that because you wanted more people to watch your movies and get your books. That's the only reason why he did that. No, just kidding. Maybe he did, I don't know. You know, this younger couple, they're very cute. I mean, Liana Liberato, she was very cute in this movie. And you know, I loved young Amanda and old Amanda. I thought they were great casting choices. I thought they really meshed well together. His dresses have cutouts in the back, and then the older Amanda, her dress, she wore a dress in one of the, she wore a dress in the movie where the back was cut out, and it was just like little things that are similar, and I just thought that was a little cool. And her hair is kind of the same, and she does this weird thing whenever she's stressed out. I noticed, and I thought it was really cool that they tied that in together. Whenever she gets stressed out, there's only like a few times that it happens where Amanda will play with her necklace, and then the older Amanda was doing that too. So I thought that was really cool that they did. You know, I feel like they really converse with each other to get those things like similar. She really cares about Dawson, and she does these sweet little things to where she's really pursuing him, but he's not really pursuing her because he thinks he's not good enough. And you know, granted, the younger Dawson, he comes from a rough background. His father's abusive. You know, his violence was elicited on him, and you know, he really is a sweet guy down at heart. And it was very similar to you know, lots of Nicholas Sparks characters like Ryan Gosling, you know, Channing Tatum, just all, and like Zac Efron even. I mean, all of the characters in Nicholas Sparks movies that are guys, they come from a rough past, or they come from, you know, dark secrets, and you know, they don't feel like they're good enough for the woman that they pursue. And if you're really into these Nicholas Sparks movies, I think you will like this movie. It is way better than The Lucky One and Safe Haven. I mean, those movies were okay, but this movie was a lot better than that. It's not like my favorite romance movie, granted, but it's tolerable to watch. It's a tolerable chick flick. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. When I love movies, it's a movie that I want to see over and over again, and I try to pursue watching it longer. Whereas this movie, you know, it's a movie that I could watch maybe once or twice every year, and I would get sick of it after a while. Again, The Notebook I could watch on repeat because I love it, but This movie is so similar, and I mean, there's only so much more that we can take from Nicholas Sparks. From Nicholas Sparks fans, I think there's only a matter of time before his stuff dies down and withers. No one's gonna watch the same thing over and over again. He needs to change his setting. He needs to change up characters. He needs to change up like lots of things in order for us to really buy him as an author continuously throughout the rest of his, you know, career. What's weird about these movies and these books is, and I'm just being realistic, I mean, maybe this happens to some people, but it rarely happens. Great girl that's beautiful and so smart and popular, and she has the world at her feet, and her overprotective parents that don't like her, you know, dating people lower than her. And, you know, in real life that doesn't really happen. I hate saying it, but I don't see many people that go out with, you know, the schlum, and, you know, the girls are so popular and amazing. You know, the girls that are popular that I went to school with that had lots of friends and that were gorgeous, they didn't go out with guys like Dawson. I mean, it's just weird because that really doesn't happen in real life, because girls have really high standards. And, you know, obviously these girls in these movies, they lower their standards, and they want to see something different, and they know that they're different than what people perceive them as. And I think that's a little bit misconstrued to people. Lots of things in this movie were very, you know, not real. It felt fake a few times. Buying them kissing on the roof in the rain, I just wasn't buying it. It was just like, do you want me? Do you want this? And she's like, I do. Or he's like, I do. And it's like, I don't know, I wasn't buying it. And the sunset and the water tower, like, come on, you could have done something different. Like, and you're on Amanda's roof and you're kissing her outside in the rain. It's just like, could we think of something different? Chick flicks are chick flicks, aren't gonna be critically acclaimed and, you know, Oscar nominated worthy. It's just not how it works. Oscar nominated romance movies are like dark ones or, you know, sad ones. It's not cheesy Hollywood eyes type of marketing that just appeals to girls. And it's just a guilty pleasure. This movie really is just, you know, I want to see people hook up on screen. I want to see people kiss, and I want something that's happy. This movie isn't really that happy though, because the end is like kind of sad, and it's dived in from what I was thinking of Amanda as young Amanda. I really did. I was buying Liana Liberato and Michelle Monaghan as Amanda. They were really good, and they're very beautiful girls, and I was buying that. However, the Dawsons weren't. I wasn't buying as much. I do like Luke Bracey as younger Dawson. I think he really did prove me wrong in his acting, because I just thought he was just kind of like an old weirdo in this movie at first, but he's not. He's actually very, you know, sweet and nice, and he really does care about Amanda, and he cares about people. He's very loving and nurturing. But he just wasn't, his look wasn't right. At the end of the day, when I was looking at him, I was like, you don't look like you're 18 years old. You don't look like you're 16 or 18. You don't look like you do not look like an 18-year-old. You look like a 30-year-old, which you're really 26 in real life. And the person that's playing the younger Amanda, Liana Liberato, she's 18. You can't really, it was hard for me to get interested in them acting together on screen. Really, the only thing that got me hooked on them as a couple, the younger couple, was how they speak to each other and how they reacted off of one another, and that was good. That was great. But he just looks old. He's got crow's feet, and I wasn't buying it. The critics are getting very biased now because, one, a majority of critics are men. So men really don't like chick flicks to begin with. That's one factor. And two is because they've seen Nicholas Sparks and they don't want to see any more of it. And I think that's the only reasons why this movie has gotten so much hate from critics. And they're being biased. I mean, every critic is biased though, but I just want, like, if there were more women critics, I guarantee you this movie would have a higher rating. But again, there's more men. And I will say this as a girl who loves romance movies. I mean, I love Juno, I love The Spectacular Now, I love, you know, The Way, Way Back. I love classic romance. I like romance that is like coming of age, and I love that aspect. And for me, as a girl saying that I like romance movies, I will admit this movie wasn't terrible, but again, it was a little bit cheesy. The characters needed some work. We needed to recast the younger Dawson. And yeah, it's a Nicholas Sparks movie at the end of the day. It's not great but it's not bad. It's just, I might buy it if it's on sale in the Walmart bin after a few years for $5. I just want girls to think more about movies, and I think we don't have many women that really think about a movie. It's more guys. Guys are more nerdier than girls. They like movies more. I feel like I'm a guy sometimes when I'm watching movies, because I don't really see any other women in the theater that are like, oh my god, that movie was great, the acting was spectacular. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like this community that I'm on YouTube, there's tons of men that are, you know, reviewing movies and stuff, and I'm a feminist, damn it. I don't believe, I think women should be more in control of movies and stuff, and